What is up, guys? It is me, Dan. Welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk. Hit the like button, subscribe button if you want to, all those things that help us grow. Roll that intro. What is up, guys? It is Dan. Welcome back. Today we are looking at the brand new Gibson Les Paul Studio Session guitar, which is a guitar that's been put together by Gibson to take on feedback and improvements suggested by people for the classic Les Paul Studio guitar. Starting off with the body, we have got a mahogany body with a double A maple top that has got 57 classic humbuckers in there, 2 volumes, 2 tones, freeway switch, coil splits, phase options, bypass options, all those kind of things, and ultra modern weight relief as well. And on the back, we've got that extra carve there for a bit more access. Next specs on this, we've got a mahogany set slim taper neck with a bound ebony fretboard. The slim taper neck feels a little bit like the 60s neck, but maybe a little bit thinner and flatter to my hand anyway. Not Ibanez thin or anything like that, still plenty of wood there, but nice and comfortable. It's an ebony fretboard, 22 frets, 25.5-inch scale. And then if we flip her over, we've got Grover tuners, and as mentioned, we've got that Les Paul modern that they've been doing, ultra access hill joint there as well. Sounds and tones that you can get out of this guitar, the 57 humbuckers in this do classic Les Paul style tones really, really well. In case you're wondering, I was using a Fractal FM9 with the built-in preset for a Mesa Boogie triple crown amp, which is a great amp for this kind of video with the flexibility of tone it's got. Now, the addition of the coil splits, phase options, and all that kind of stuff mean that if you want single coil style tones, you can definitely get them out of this. Are you going to get like a Strat style tone or like a Tele style tone out of it? Probably not exactly like that, but you are going to get in that ballpark kind of region with the single coil sounds. I personally think this thing shines most when you just got everything in and turned up like a classic Les Paul, but tone is subjective. It does things very, very well. So if you need to take one guitar to a studio or wedding gig or anything like that, then this is definitely a contender to take with you, because these tones and options that you've got are going to get you through pretty much any gig. Quality on this one straight out of the box, there is nothing to complain about here. There's no kind of blemishes in the finish. There's no kind of like missing patches or anything like that. The binding has been done really well. All of the hardware feels like it's really good quality. I can't see anywhere they cut corners on this. This to me is an example of what you should expect from a Gibson when you get it straight out of the box. So well done on Gibson on this one. Setup and playability again, straight out the box. Obviously, new strings, I've stretched them in, tuned it a few times, and all seems really good. Intonation is in, so if it sounds out of tune in any clips, it's probably just where it's new strings. I couldn't hear it binding on the nut or anything like that, so all of that was really good. The only thing that I needed to do was adjust the pickup heights because the neck pickup was way too low, so there was a volume difference between the two pickups, and on a crunch tone, the neck pickup almost sounded clean. I know pickup height is almost like personal preference, but it was just too out, which should you have to do that on a £1,900 guitar? Probably not, but nice simple fix to set where I wanted them. Other than that, the, as I say, setup, playability, spot on this one. Would I play one of these live? And as usual by that, I mean, if I was going on tour for a year and you gave me a couple of these and said you can only play these Les Paul studio session guitars live for the next year on tour, would I be happy to play one of these? This feels like a really good quality guitar. It feels super easy to play, especially with that neck profile. And with the variation of tones that I can get if I want them, I know this is going to get me through the original stuff that I play. It's going to get me through any function stuff, cover stuff, all that. It is going to do it all very well. So would I play one of these live and be happy about it? Yes, I would. Is the guitar worth the money? At £1,900, I think, at the moment in the UK, is it worth the money? This feels like a great addition to the Les Paul lineup at the price point they've put it at. And I get why they've done it, because £1,900 not so long ago is not very far away from what you could pay for a Gibson Les Paul Standard brand new. And I can understand as prices go up and up and up, and materials and world affairs and all that kind of stuff, that if you put a Les Paul Studio at this price point, that loads of people will be like, I'm not paying that for a Les Paul Studio. So I can understand the need for a new model to fill that kind of price point. And I think this is a very good guitar to fill that price point. It doesn't come with the Gibson hard case, it comes with the padded gig bag, which is fine by me. Like, a hard case to me just is annoying, hard to store and all that stuff. So the padded Gibson gig bag does a very, very good job and perfect for what I'd want for one of these, especially if I'm lugging it around to sessions and studios and stuff. Is it worth the money? Absolutely. I think this is a great addition to the Gibson lineup at this price point. Is there anything that I would change about this guitar, or anything that I don't like? Honestly, like, for what they've set out to do with this model of guitar, I think they've done a great job at putting together something that really fulfills that role. It's yeah, the pickup selection is great. It's been set up really well. The neck profile is really, like, there's not really anything that I don't like about it. Maybe just to be like pernickety not to leave this section of the video empty, I'd say just the option of a satin neck, because I prefer satin necks over gloss necks, and where this has got a black painted neck on this particular finish, it would look a bit rubbish if I wire-walled it down. So just that, really. That's the only thing I can say. I think this is a great guitar for what they've set out to do. Now, I get there's going to be like quite a few people that are going to say, like, did Gibson really need to make this guitar like another Les Paul? And I think they've done a great job here, because I know loads of players who don't want a Les Paul Studio because they look at Les Paul Studio as like, hey, that's a Les Paul for people that can't afford a proper Les Paul standard, or it's just a stripped down, no frills, not as good version of a Les Paul standard. And I think that's like a silly way of thinking, because the Les Paul Studios of certain eras are fantastic guitars, but you know, I get it. But this does like a great job at offering something a little bit more flashy than a Les Paul Studio, a bit more flashy than a Les Paul Classic. You've got the extra tonal switching and stuff that sets it apart from a Les Paul Standard, where people get a bit bent out of shape, me included, where you get a Les Paul Standard and it's got loads of stuff on it that you just don't want. I think this does a great job at setting itself apart from all of those things and offering something a little bit different. And if you wanted to go to a gig, like a wedding gig where you've got loads of different options you've got to cover, or you play in a classic rock band and you don't want to play something that looks really modern, maybe not this finish, but they do it in like honeybursts and stuff as well, then I think this is a great guitar to take to a gig to honor that classic look of Les Paul, but with the extra modern playability of the thinner neck, the ultra access point, all the tonal options. I think this is a great option to take. So there we go. To sum up, that is the Gibson Les Paul Studio Session guitar. What do you guys think? Have you guys got one? Have you found any pitfalls to the guitar? I think it's great, and I think it definitely fills a hole in the Gibson lineup. Maybe almost like the Gibson Les Paul Modern, but stripped back. Maybe it's like the Les Paul Studio of the Les Paul Modern family. I don't know. But I think this is a great guitar at a great price point that fills a hole currently in the Gibson lineup. Let me know what you guys think, and other than that, hit the like button, the subscribe button if you want to, all the things that help us grow, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.